Hello everyone, Rituro here with another episode of My Life in Silver League. This is my placement match for Season 6, Level 50, unranked against a Level 63 Bronze League by the name of Ino, a Protoss player, on Altazim's Stronghold, a new map for this season, I believe. Unless it's been around for, way before this, in which case I just haven't seen it before, but very cool looking map. The sunken natural expansion behind the main here, so it is fully protected. This will be great for getting that early expansion, especially as Terran, being able to get that key, that very key first expansion. And I mean, for Zerg players too, it'll be good for the macro, not so much for micro. Funky new map, absolutely. There's me in the bottom right as a Terran. I know in the bottom left as a Protoss. Pretty standard here. Exchanging pleasantries as I reveal that I was a Silver Leaguer. At least I was last time. I know, letting me know this is a fun map. Well, that's good. Goody! Glad to know that when I come back and watch these replays much later, that my thought process then is fairly equal to my thought process now. That's called consistency, folks. Pure consistency. Standard opening here for Ino. Drops the pylon right beside his reactor, or his Vespene Geyser. Pretty standard. There's the Chrono Boost as I get my supply depot on the way. Poor Ino keeps losing to Silvers. Can't be fun for him. As I get my barracks underway. Again, keeping it nice and simple here. And there's the gateway for Ino, and out goes the probe to start scouting. Off you go, little probe. Good guy. Look at this guy. Past the little screening here. Brush. Off he goes. Meanwhile, I got my wall in done, and I'm also off to scout. I head the wrong way, though, as I try the top. And there goes, all due respect, I hope that doesn't change. Because, yeah, I wouldn't mind if he lost to me. Fair enough. This is good. There's no problem with being polite. And, he hopes it does. Because he's got to win, too. There's no problem with being polite in StarCraft. New season! Gotta love the polite games. Gateway almost done here. A second pylon all the way. Or on the way, I should say. Look at these pleasantries. Good luck, good luck. And that gateway is done. We should see the cybernetics core. There it is. And meanwhile, I am on the way with my command center as the Wallen is just finishing up here, getting the first Marine onto the field. The scouts will pass like ships tonight, probably right around here. And here it comes. Here it comes. Whoosh. Scouts passing night. That's a thing. That's a thing now. That just happened. It's a thing. Meanwhile, Simulator 1 is done for Ino, 2nd is on the way. Cybernetics Core is just about finished. Meanwhile, 2nd Barracks is on the way for me, as well as another Marine. Keeping the SCV and Marine count up, it is a pretty standard. Income should be more or less even, though I have a slight advantage just by having that Mule there. Though, that should break off once the Mule is collapsed. Warp Gate technology is on the way, and it is being chrono boosted out by Ino. Good call there. Again, standard opening. Food is good. Now this, however, not so standard. We got the one Zealot on the way, but a Stargate immediately for Ino. He's got something planned. I've got my factory on the way, and the scout here will be chased off by the Marines. He's out of there. But with the Stargate on the way, suddenly, this just might get interesting. A Stalker on the way here for Ino to help the defense. Meanwhile, I'm going to get a good scout up here. I'm going to see all of this. If we check my view here, do I see the Stargate? I do indeed see it. And at that point, I begin thinking, oh dearie me, that can't be good. Meanwhile, the probes are not letting me get a free rider. They're going to see me and give me a little zap. Now, the question is, what do they let me get away with here? And it's going to be not too much, as this scout will... I love my orders. Oh, just randomly see what happens. Alright, we'll let him continue his scout. Meanwhile, we got an Oracle on the way. It's going to be Oracle harassed on the mineral line. Meanwhile, reactors on the way. Likely to try and defend against us, I would think. Though there is the quick expansion. Well, not so quick. I mean, 6-minute mark. Hardly a quick expansion, but it is slightly faster than I believe. Oh, no, it's pretty close. He did slightly equal to it, did Ino, so good for him. Meanwhile, the scout is finally defeated, but the Oracle tips his hand in doing so. And the Marine Marauder pressure is going to have to turn around in a hurry once they realize that this Oracle is... Oh, this is wise. He's pausing, he's waiting for that energy. Coming in and absolutely mess up the mineral line. Oh boy, this is what we call a bad read off of the scout. I saw the Stargate, did not immediately go for engineering bay, and now, oh my goodness, so many SCVs. Oh my goodness, the engineering bay will not complete. This Oracle is just raking in the kills, and Starboard has stopped as well. This is a phenomenal start for Ino, cutting into the SCV count, and the army does turn around, but far too late. Meanwhile, Widowmine build and berries, trying to scare off the Oracle, and it will actually take the long way out, having been not even so much as touched by the army. But the Widowmine will show itself, possible source of a berry here, try and stop that from happening again. The SCV slowly getting everything back together after that devastating hit. Meanwhile, some actually we're transferring all of them back down to the low, where I don't think the Oracle quite spotted. He did not. So there's that. Meanwhile, the army has gone up the ramp, and it has found a stalker welcoming party waiting for it. One stalker goes down, but it's not exactly the best trade. That is not a fight that they are going to win. Though the pressure is scaring off the army. There's the warp in, plenty of sentries and zealots coming in. That's definitely enough for the army to back out, and sure enough, they will head on home. Front door is open, and there's the missile. That should keep that Oracle, that pesky Oracle, from messing things up again. More importantly, I mean, this SCV is just not good, and we have SCVs being built as the command center is being built at the Natural, the Forge, and the Twilight Council. So second gateway as well. Sorry, fourth gateway. And we are now at the 4 gate. As more pylons come down as well. So we're seeing with that Oracle done. Do we see the transition into Archons? Do we see transition to Templar? Be interesting to see. But this Oracle is just loving life here. 12 kills up to Instructor. 12 taken out. Solid attack by Ino. This idle SCV is just chilling with a little crystal's hand. Buddy, need you to get back to work, please. Need that money. Oh, see, you made that. I'm going to blame you for that mule collecting. That is all your fault, greedy SCV. Ugh, horrible. We're slowly crawling back up here, though with a nearly fully saturated expansion. Ino's definitely ahead in the macro count. Now they're coming in, but he's made a crucial mistake here. No more kills for you, sir, as the 2 missile turrets and the Widowmine make sure that nonsense. Yeah, no. I've learned at least one lesson, but here comes the Mothership Core at the Natural as a Robo goes down and Blink on the way for Ino. So a very diverse build up here. Getting the Blink on the Stalkers. Definitely a good scout for Ino. No debating that. That was a good scout indeed. Medevacs on the way, as well as more Widowmines. Boo to Widowmines, but good to know. Yeah, he is in full control of this game as Ino, and I am supply block at 54. Oh my goodness. Do I get an early season mulligan? Do I get a beginning of the season mulligan? Or I got totally ripped apart by an Oracle mulligan, maybe? As to why I'm allowing myself to get supply blocked again? I'm going to say yes. Alright, but more importantly, the Widowmines are delicately rebalancing themselves to protect against any future harassment. And while they do that, the rest of the army is moving out for a little more harass, though without any proper scouting in advance. I can't see this going too well, considering this is a ginormous army from Ino compared to my piddly little expeditionary force. I believe we're just scouting for expansion, maybe a 3rd base, but nothing doing, as he has the Observer out. Meanwhile, this poor one little Marine's gonna go, oh dear, that's not a party I want to be a part of at any time, and the 1 Marine for 1 Zealot trade does not favor us. Now 2 for 2, 3, 4 for 2. This is a bad exchange, and there's the time where that army is as good as dead. Once again, bad engagement. Stim and level 1 is on the way, but 2 more gateways on the way as well for Ino as he continues to press his advantage with just solid macro play. Now the reinforcements are deciding, okay, let's just turn around now. 2 Vikings are on the way here to try and stop, I'm guessing, the Mothership Core and any future Oracles. Oh, the Robotics Bay. I believe we could be seeing Colossi coming in here, as 2 more gateways are done, bringing us up to, I believe, grand total of 6. Ford's working on the level 2 armor. as more troops coming in. More missile turrets on the way. I definitely overcompensated, I think, for that early scout, wanting to stop what I thought was going to be a sky toss play with that early Stargate. Turns out, no, Ino is just switching to get his Stalker and Zealot up. Immortal coming out at the Robo here. No Colossi just yet. I imagine maybe he's waiting for that extended thermal lance. Zealot legs also on the way here, so Ino not neglecting his gateway tech, really making sure he can get the most out of his units. Tons of money in the bank too, so if he wants to go for any of those upgrades, he's got the bank to do it. Now here comes this harassing force again. I gotta say, I think one thing I can definitely say I learned from this is when you are clearly outmatched, and I mean obviously overclassed, trying to harass with what amounts to your entire army, as small as it is not a good play. And here we see a sneaky third base going up for Ino. He is supply block. This is a good play by Ino, and he's doing excellent here to keep that pressure on and really push his advantage with some solid macro play. And there it is. There's the extended thermal lance coming in, not going to boost it out. Does have the energy to do it. Meanwhile, here we go. We're just scouting. This is good. Okay. Although the army is dangerously out of position, the goal here was not to try and engage, but to find any extra bases. The problem is, I don't know if they were hoping or planning on getting to, here we go. The Widow Mines are just checking out on their own here. Trying to find this corner, but a little bit too late on that search. You know, back at the main base, getting more production facilities. See, I learned that much, at least, from previous episodes. Getting those production facilities built is key, especially considering how far behind I am. And we're getting saturation here. 18% on minerals, full saturation on the Vespine gas. Got a little undersaturated here on the main base, but the minerals fields are being mined out, so that's not too bad. Plenty of money in the bank. Will we be seeing a third base? But there's some scans. Oh, the scan does pick up the army. And it picks up that all this is going on. There's the Colossus. There he is. Now we are in serious trouble. So actually having the Vikings as a preventative measure turns out to be pretty good. Does the army turn around and go home? Nope. We are still scouting for bases. Thankfully, the army has stopped waiting for scouting intel from the observer. Smart play here. But I have to think that at some point these guys have got to be hanging on. There's the command for the third base. It's not quite happening yet. But you gotta think it's happening soon, as Ino has lifted his supply block with a ton of pylons. Cannons also coming in at the natural just to protect against any drops, which is a good call by him. And there's the probe. He's going on a fun little journey here, isn't he? I'm guessing this is for a proxy for reinforcements. But the army has not, this massive scouting endeavor. Ino could push in at any point here and wipe me out of this game, and he has not done so. But now, oh, now we see the giant army. It is on the move. They are just moving out. They're just on the move command, staying close to the observer, not wanting to overcommit, which is good for them, but not so good for me. Oh, here we go. Ghost Academies, getting some ghosts onto the field for that lovely, lovely EMP, and of course nukes, because everybody loves nukes. Oh, but did I manage to catch him? I don't know if I caught him with that. Certainly wanting to check for any crazy scouting, and now we have another part of the army. It's actually a decent there to it. This would be a good surround, but that little force is caught, and the army goes north. Is this enough? Is this gonna? No, they catch that easily, and suddenly, oh my goodness, it's a good diversion. But the problem is there's nothing. The good blink here by the Stalkers to encapsulate the army. This is a clear overmatch. Ino has got this all in control. Firmly control. The third base tries to go up. It's not going to complete, and the army is just so cruelly overmatched. Trying to bring in here more reinforcements here, as many as possible. We've got Marines coming in. We've got Marauders coming in, but against Colossi, that's not going to do it. We have Viking and Banshee on the way, which should help, as well as and yeah, the cancel on that command center is not unexpected. This army is trying to muster, but there's just so much here, and with that observer, Widowmines, pardon me, Widowmines are not going to be able to get a berry. There is a siege now on the high ground. Can he make it happen against the Stalkers? This might be good. Get some splash damage going there. The Widowmines berry, but they do not get a shot off with the observer in the army. They're able to slice it down. Another blink forward by the Stalkers. And this is all going horribly. Level 2 weapons on the way, but really it's not necessary at this point. There are the Banshees, but they're taken immediately by the Stalkers. Even if they cloak the observers are there, this is well and truly in Ino's hands. So unfortunately, I will lose my placement match but a solid play here by Ino to not only get that early crippling of my economy with the Oracle, and to follow up with some solid Stalker play with a good mixed army. And really, I gotta say, I threw it away a little bit by deciding that, you know, I'm gonna try and harass with trying to hide this orbital. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work, Rituro. It's not gonna work. I really lost it by throwing away the army on what was supposed to be aggressive pressure and just not recognizing that Ino had a clearly superior force, falling back, saving those units. The Hail Mary nukes are definitely not going to happen here, but hey, I had the money to burn, so why not? And I do believe that is going to be the end of it. The SCVs are toast. I believe oh, there are 4 of them somehow survived. Goodness, where? Oh, there they are. There they are. They somehow, those are mules, I'm sorry. With all this money, I somehow have in the back of my head that if I can get those nukes and I can get a ghost. Oh, but he's realized it. Ino has realized my ploy here. A little smile, but I'm not going to be smiling very shortly. This is over and done. Somehow I have 5 SCVs, not for much longer though, as they continue to try and keep supply depots going, just to have my building count up. There's a Widman there, but unfortunately does not manage to survive. A little bit of joking around there. It could have been bad, but it's not going to be. An excellent work here by Ino to mop things up. Takes out the supply depot. I do believe I try to keep this going for a little bit longer, maybe get some Banshees out, but yeah, with no supply, to actually pull this off, and there's a Colossus coming in, just get more Colossus on the field, why not? Yeah, couldn't even be bothered to get the Banshees, but there's the Observer, sees everything he needs to see, the army shows up, and that is the GG. Good game. Not the best start to this season. Season 6, I ended up getting placed in Bronze. So this series is my life in Silver League, not my life in Bronze League. So I'm going to fight my way back to Silver, and then I'll be back with another episode of my life in Silver League. My name is Rituro. Thank you for watching. See you next time.